Ain't no Dracos or Fofos, and you will not be saved by the COs. Sometimes it's not even safe when the doors close. Just knife play and hand-to-hand combat in a land where it's never calm at. Fake tough guys and actors sometimes get forced to put their boxers on backwards.
Say what's cracking, YouTube? It's your boy 16 to life, and I'm back like I'm on a parole violation. Yard down! For those of y'all that's new to my page, in 1994, I got arrested. I was eventually sentenced to 16 years plus life, and I done 24 years straight in the California prison system, man. Now let's hop right up into this video. So yesterday, the 4th of July, I'm scrolling, looking on YouTube, and I happened to see ODM Slim talking about 4Extra had got his hand blown off. I scrolled through YouTube a little bit, did some looking on Instagram. I didn't see nothing else on it, right? Sometimes when stuff come out, depending on what's being said and where it's coming from, you can't be too quick to report something from a YouTube video, just trying to be the first person to get it out there. But due to the fact that ODM Slim was from neighborhood, 4Extra was from neighborhood, I didn't believe that ODM Slim would put out no bogus video, right? So come to find out, man, it was 100% true. I'm sure everybody knows by now, it's all over YouTube. They got some pictures and stuff put out or whatever, right? And so during the course of that video, since I didn't know too much, I didn't want to get too deep into the possibilities or what have you, right? But now it seems like a video has come out. Maybe it came from 4Extra's Instagram page. I'm not quite sure. I don't do Instagram much, but the video is of 4Extras before he ends up blowing his hand off later that day, buying some firecrackers. He's into some store. He's talking about he fits to blow somebody's house up. He fits to throw the firecrackers at somebody. He says a lot in this video, right? So of course, a lot of people are out there trolling, clowning. His ops is having a good time with the video, all that, right? So anyway, real quick, right? Let me just show you guys the video, and then we'll get more into the to my video.
Vernon then you know. On Vernon Avenue, if you know, then you know. On Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. On Vernon Ave, if you know, then you know. If you know, then you know. I'm about to blow somebody else up tonight. I'm about to blow somebody else up. I'm gonna throw this to blow somebody else up. I don't know who else I'm gonna blow up, but I'm blowing somebody else up. On Vernon Avenue, I'm blowing something up. Yeah, Vernon Avenue. You see this Vernon Ave. Mean I'm blowing something up today. Told a nigga, stop playing on Vernon Ave. Vernon Avenue. I'm about to blow a nigga up. Wrong with a nigga. Dead homies. It's the 4th. I'm about to blow a nigga up. Blowing up today. Fuck wrong with a nigga. Off the back, I'm blowing a nigga up. Stop playing. See these? I'm throwing them in your house. I'm throwing them at you, nigga. Vernon Ave. Off the back. I'm blowing your up. I'm blowing somebody up today off the back.
So now, like you seen that video, and as I said yesterday, I didn't have a whole lot of information, right? So you have some people saying that this is karma, So 4Extra is on the video. He's walking around talking about he fits to blow somebody's house up, So now is 4Extra just being 4Extra for the video, or is 4Extra, really serious in what he's saying? I think it's up to each person who views that video to decide for his own self, right? But man, is it likely that his evil intentions caused this? You have some people who want to say this is karma, man, and I'm still on the fence about not necessarily was this karma, but just karma per se, right? I don't necessarily know if I believe in karma or not, but this is what I do believe in, right? I do believe in God, and if anybody believes in a higher power, I just want them to consider this, right? And actually yesterday when I was looking through some videos trying to find a picture of 4Extra for the thumbnail, I happened to run across an interview with him and 607 Unc. And, that's the interview when he was on Unc's Hell Meet Though Real Tough, and at some point in the video, 607 Unc says, man, I'm a messenger from God. For Extra says, yeah, man, I believe in God. We all believe in God, so on and so forth, right? And so this is the ideology I took, when I was locked up doing that life sentence, right? Because I got locked up for, a couple of shootings, but I was involved in a whole lot more stuff than that, right? And that's why it was easy for me to accept having only, in my eyes, only 16 plus life, considering all the stuff I was out there doing when I was locked up with dudes who had one shooting, and some dudes got life without, some dudes got the death penalty, right? So this is my saying, because I was raised up in church too, man. Parents raised me up in church. Moms, I used to sing in the angel choir, all that old type of stuff, right? So I definitely grew up and still believe in God, right? And so look at it like this, right? God, if you believe in God, God created this earth. He created everything on this earth, and at some point in time, if you running around doing evil, harming God's creations, God is going to put a stop to you some way, somehow, like I said, with many of me and my homies, a lot of us ended up in prison, or a lot of us, died. And so in my mind, man, that's God at some point in time realizing that, those individuals, man, their heart are not in the right place, and they're not doing things that I want done on this earth. And so I'm going to put a stop to them one way or another, right? So, and if you don't understand that, man, view it like this, right? You worked hard all your life. You created an extremely nice home for yourself, right? Let's just say, you got a nice big 6-bedroom home, 3 or 4 bathrooms, real spacious, nice looking. And at some point in time, somebody gets into your house, and they're running around breaking up stuff. They're running around destroying the house that you have built hard and you have worked for to create. At some point in time, are you going to put a stop to that person? That person is in your house tearing up your nice mirrors, your bathroom fixtures, your couches, your TVs on the wall, and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure, man, you're going to put a stop to that person when you get a chance, right? So this is for anybody that's out there, that's possibly engaged in negativity and gets a joy from harming people. At some point in time, man, something's going to happen in your life to stop you from doing what you're doing, whether it's karma, whether it's you are constantly frequenting dangerous places, because when you're frequenting dangerous places and you're doing dangerous things, it's pretty much like you're gambling. You are gambling with the circumstances of what could potentially and eventually happen to you. Just like a person that's going to do robberies, man, you playing against the odds now. You may have got away with 6 or 7 robberies, but at some point in time, if you continue to run up in these stores and rob people, eventually something is going to happen. The odds is not going to be in your favor, because you only have to get caught one time. A lot of people fail to realize that when we're out there doing wrong, man. The police only have to be on point one time. You have to avoid and get away from the police every single time. You get caught one time, that's it. That's a wrap, And so the same goes for individuals, right? Because you have people out there saying, man, that I got to keep it real, that 4 Extra was evil to the point where he enjoyed harming people. He enjoyed, doing what he was doing. Right now, I look at it 2 ways, right? For me, I've only heard about 4 Extra, getting into it with other gang members, and so those other gang members that he may have, I'm trying to not to cuss right here, that he may have messed over, or that he may have effed over. If you look at it in the sense of gang banging, man, they signed up for that. You know what I'm saying? They knew what they were signing up for, and so they put themselves in that position. But then once again, still in all, if we're going back to the theory of believing in God, and God created this world and everything in it, once again, and we're all supposed to be God's children, man. If a father sees his son out there getting whooped, doing something, even if it's something he signed up for. Let's use this analogy right here, man. You have a lot of fathers and family people, mothers, period, who sign their sons up for wrestling, sign their sons up for boxing or jiu-jitsu. Here this is, it's a legal sport, it's a legal activity. They'll go to a match, they'll see their son losing, and we've seen videos of this. They'll run out there on the mat and attack the other kid that's hurting their son, even though their son or their child has signed up for that activity. So if, like I say once again, we using this whole God theory, man, if God looks down and sees his children constantly being hurt, is he going to put a stop to that or not, man? I mean, that's just something for people to think about and ponder, for those individuals, man, who believe in God. I mean, at some point in time, man, I believe that evil is going to be put to a stop, right? For those people who want to consider for extra evil or whatever. I mean, because you see in that video, he's talking about, he's going to throw these on somebody. He's going to blow something up, So, if you believe that he was really being for extra and he was not just clowning for the camera, then his intentions were to hurt somebody, not necessarily knowing, of course, and having any idea that the person that he was going to hurt the most was going to be himself. Because when you are involved in violence, you are involved in stuff, eventually the person you do hurt the most is yourself at some point in time. My situation, case in point, I was locked up for 24 years, and it was a lot of things that I could have accomplished in those 24 years, man. So this is just a video, man, to express what I'm seeing in a lot of these comments as I'm looking at a lot of these different pages, man. And it's a sad situation when you think about it, man. The man's hand is jacked up, his life will never be the same. And you have people who are seemingly enjoying the fact that this man's has lost an extremely important limb. People are saying, well, hey man, what about all the stuff he was doing in the past? So life has caught up to him. And so it's a sad situation. It's definitely something to ponder, man. Anyway, though, you already know who it is. It's your boy 16 to life. Resume normal program.